Hello, this is Simon of Solomon, and welcome to Battlefield Earth. Today we are going to discuss who we are as a human beings. What do we want from life, and why do we want it? I will not try to impose any view upon you because I know that does not work. Even when I can scientifically prove that Christianity is right, people will choose their own path regardless of that, and they will call me a bigot for saying it. So I'm not going to go to there. I'm trying to be a friend of yours, and what I'm going to do is what do we want, who are we, and why do we want the things we want? So, what are we according to science? Science teaches us, it's called a reflection on my glasses, but it's not that cool at all. Science teaches us that life, that life itself is a world of experience, and we are students. You can look at it like Hogwarts. That's why I called it Bullies on the Playground before. The world is like Hogwarts. You have teachers, you have students, you have a school, you have enemies from the school, friends from the school, you have your parents, you have the Ministry of Magic, and all these kinds of things you have. So the problem with the, the world, how the world works, is that I do not know very much about it, but I'm learning it. So what I learn, I want to give to you. What do we know about human nature? Human nature in itself, human nature in itself is not angelic and not demonic. So we are not the devil and we are not saints. So we are not an angel and we are not the devil at the same time. In fact, I am an angel, but that's a different discussion. I will go to that later. Uh, so what we have to teach you is who are you? And science tells us we have a nature, and that means the nature of this computer is to compute, to execute programs. This laptop, I have a laptop, maybe you can see it if I took it down. Maybe you've seen the keyboard strokes. Uh, so the nature of a computer is to compute, to execute programs, to print the certain things through our channels, and to turn you a little bit smarter. The nature of a human being is disputed. Some people believe we are here to rule, others believe we are here to serve, and some of us believe we are here to love, and others are here and they believe we hate. So there is no belief attached to who we are. Because if you believe things without knowing for sure, you have a problem. My faith is, how do I say it? I believe that we are here to serve, to help each other. Um, so everybody chooses his path and thinks what's wise in that path. My job is to serve you by doing these podcasts and serve you the truth as that I've seen it. And I hope you become wiser. So, the truth about human nature, according to occultism, is that you are the breath of the living man. You are not your mind, you're not your heart, you're not your gods. You are the breath of the living man. And what that exactly means is not very clear to me, but the heart, mind, and gods are tools of the breath. That means that you look through your eyes, you make decisions, you choose things, and you do things with your heart, your mind, and your guts. But you are the breath of the living man. And the breath is that what you see when you look through your eyes. That thing where you see with that beam and behind your eyes, that's the breath. And your lungs fulfill it with energy. So that's a simple clarification of it's very simple to make it clear of what humanity is. We are the soul of the living man. So, saying this, what are we? What what is this body? What is our brain? What is this psychological uh, jibbery jab that we call human? What is the aura? What is the donut around us? What are we? And that answer is very difficult to answer, but I will try anyway. I believe that we are souls. We don't have souls. We are souls. It's the entire human with all its aura, all its donut, all its seven chakras, all its brain, all its heart, all its everything in the human being, all its psychology, all its reasoning is a soul. So, what is the definition of a soul? You. Look in the mirror and you, but everyone else as well. So we are not our brain, we are not our head, we are not our consciousness, we are not our job, we are not our passports, we are not our names even. We are consciousness. And what is consciousness actually by nature? That's a question I cannot answer, but you can say it's breath. Active breath that leads to clarity and leads to purpose. And there are broken souls amongst us. There are demons amongst us, even, and angels. What's the difference? What's the meaning of a broken soul? A broken soul is a soul who does not love his neighbor as himself. A broken soul is a soul who is uh, damaged by his past, like me, for instance. I am a broken soul. I love my neighbors as myself, and I fear to love them because I know I don't have control over them. What happened in my life in 2016 on March 22 was an attack on my girlfriend, a woman I was in love with, and she's even my wife. I make that joke with her many times. Uh, but I don't see her for a while because she is persecuted by the system. Uh, but they tried to blow her up, and she is my wife in a certain jokey sense because it was a child marriage. It was not a real marriage. It was children making a joke in an institute. But that marriage was binding according to natural law. So sadly, this is how the world works. This is what happened, and she is one of the bosses of the Hague. She's an occult leader, and that is good and that is bad news at the same time. The good news is that I, when I married to her, that I am the boss in this world together with her. The bad news is that she's being persecuted for things that aren't that she has done in her life because her life was far from perfect, and people keep her accountable to that. And not only her, but she is not the one who is accountable for it. But sadly, many people keep each other responsible for things that are ideas. The real enemy in this world. I'm going to discuss that in a future topic. What is the real enemy? Because people are never the enemy. Never, flesh and blood is never the enemy. That seems harsh, but it's the truth nevertheless. So, I'm going to discuss that later. This topic was about who we are. We are love. We are consciousness. We are freedom. We are breath. And the best description I can say is we are the breath of the living man. So we are not God. We are gods in a small sense, but we are adhere to Jesus Christ. But we are souls, and our soul is breath, and everything that we use is a tool for the soul. So, and it's about having fun. The world to me is about having fun, and some people have a wrong idea of what having fun is, like bullies, which we discussed in the previous episode. So the topic is about having fun, about enjoying yourself, and having a great time. Who you are is different to all, but I believe my center is here and here, And this, my solar plexus, connects me to my heart, to my chakras and my mind, and this to to God. And what I do is serve people some through truth in order to help them and myself. My goal is just to serve truth, literally and figuratively, like a plate with truth on it. So I sadly recognize that I have not much to offer in truth perspective because I do not have much experience with humans, and that is also prophesied by the Bible, so it's nothing new. The angels have a problem with with binding people to truth and to inspire them. So that's nothing new. It's been predicted, and sadly, it's a problem we cannot solve yet, but we will solve it. Um, so, who am I? I am an angel. That's a part of me. It's not who I am, but it's my job. An angel has a job to tell the truth to people. He is a natural law student on whatonearthishappening.com, and a natural law student does the best for everyone. So, a natural law student is a law school student, you can say also. And a law school student, as a law school student, I studied at Yale, but online. Yale University in Philadelphia. It's a great university, great people, pro and contra also, and they are friends of each other even when some people do dark things and some people do light things. People have learned to leave each other alone and to only not accept things when it's against them. So that's my philosophy as well. I leave everybody to their own business, but my business is now the world. I am Atlas. I must wear the world. So that's who I am. I hope you never get that responsibility because it's really harsh. It's not easy to be the top of the world on your shoulder. That you have a backpack called the world on your shoulder. It's not nice, but it's who I am, and it made me a better man. So I hope that you will recognize this, and thank you very much. And Simon of Solomon signing off.